I am taking over the drug ring for both of your areas. There is no more leeway. You will pay what's owed to me.
Excuse you, I already fucking paid you.
No. Well, the price just went.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
What did he say?
I have no clue. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Look,
But
You're not taking my.
adopted the
You're
dog.
not taking my area. Okay?
This is my life.
the whores are mine.
Excuse me, though.
If we got a problem with this,
I
we can
will
go.
run
I swear to
the
God.
show.
Whoa.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
What the hell happened here?
Well,
Things were a little. Hey,
you-
hey, buddy, how you been?
Gone 2 weeks.
Excuse. Hey.
Chris, change that.
No.
Come-
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we're-
we're, no.
But we're gonna have a
No,
war.
We're not having a war.
I did all this.
You think this gives you power over me?
We still.
Yes.
Do we even
Well,
know what
that's
he's
a nice
saying?
mask. I like that.
I don't know.
Okay, guys, we're not killing anybody.
Oh,
all right?
come on.
Okay, we're not. No bloodshed. We promised on our contract we're no bloodshed. All right.
I don't
We can't.
remember that.
All right, your wife is not gonna like that. Okay. All right, let's just get ready. We'll do a show. We'll have a good time.
Fine.
Whew.
Damn.
You're no fun.
No kid.
Okay. Yeah. We had a cue.
Hello! Welcome back to another episode of Super Cool Nerd Show. Woo!
Yeah!
What up?
Okay.
Oh.
What happened?
Um.
I watched last week's show. Like, what happened between then and now?
Well, see, there's this thing called crime, and it's lucrative.
Yeah.
It escalated.
Jesus.
And
Apparently, I didn't realize this, but I'm the glue that holds this entire thing together. So welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS. We are live. I am Matt, and I am back. Yes, I was kidnapped and brought to Colorado, but I'm back now. And on the show to my left, we'll start with this guy over here, the real Jackass BC, the injured, the real injured Jackass.
That's right. Jersey Jackass in the house, separated shoulder and all. At Real Jackass BC, REALJACKASS How you doing?
That's right. And then to my right, we've got the lovely Miss
Hey.
Cora, that I'm not sure how to spell her name. How do you spell it now?
C-O-R-A.
Good, spelling bee. Chris, you had that wrong. All right, Jason, the X, is also right next to her.
This is not blackface.
Bruh. Homie. Bruh.
What?
So Matt,
You trying to
how did
speak
you
the
get out
language
of that
my people?
hole?
Shut up.
Bruh, homie.
Well, okay, so just for those of you that were wondering how I got kidnapped.
Wait, can you open that?
Oh, God.
You got a mouth, don't you?
I don't. The arm, it's not working. I can't get it. It's.
All right, I'll work it for you.
Thank you.
Oh, gee.
Bruh.
That is some mighty backwash you did there.
Bruh.
It's delicious.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, for those of you that were wondering how I got kidnapped, it was very interesting. It was a really weird experience. You know, I was getting ready to come to the show. I was all set. I was ready. It was going to happen. And then this weird black Chevy Sonic came over and took me, like blindfolded me and everything, and took me and then threw me into a hole in Colorado where the sand dunes. I didn't realize, but there's a part in the Great Sand Dunes where you cannot hear anything, including a grown man's screams. So, you know, that happened, and they sent me an Instagram. All I heard was like Bane's voice for some. Bane's voice.
I'm a Bane.
You smell like weed.
Oh, my
was in
God.
Colorado.
You were kidnapped and
And
went
so-
to Colorado?
Yeah, I was kidnapped. They put me in there, and then.
But you were in Colorado.
It wasn't.
And then they showed me an Instagram
That's
of
really-
the
While you were
ransom
in,
that letter.
But while you were in Colorado.
Yeah.
Did you?
I don't.
I mean, I had to eat something. They just threw weed down there because apparently that's all they have now. They don't have sandwiches or anything or meat. They just have weed in Colorado. But I'm back now. I escaped somehow.
It wasn't me.
Oh.
It seemed very much like you guys because
It wasn't me.
it was Rob in BC.
I mean,
That's who-
do you,
Excuse me.
do you
I
still
don't.
have all your toes?
I don't. I lost
Man.
like 4.
I mean, I thought those were fake. I mean,
Bastards. All right, we are back on Super Cool Nerd Show. I am back. I am Matt. And what we are doing today is we've got a fun-filled episode for you. We're going to be talking Luke Cage.
Yes,
Netflix
sweet
Luke
Christmas.
Cage.
Woo.
Yeah, we are super stoked about it. We've all watched it. We cannot wait to dive deeper into it. And you had a great video for Easter eggs that we'll talk
really
about
good.
later. And then
Using my obsession for good.
the good reverend, the deacon, the light,
Well,
the temple holder,
praise be.
the Messiah,
I ain't gonna argue.
doctor, and wet nurse, the X.
What? Reverend Deacon Dr. Jason the X will
Is
be
here
Mhm.
to absolve us of our nerd sins
Well,
with Nerd Confessional. It is back. So on Twitter, hashtag Nerd Confessional. If you want any of your confessions to be heard, we already have some really good ones, and it's going to be really good.
If you're watching live, shout them down in the chat.
or
That's
use
right.
the hashtag Nerd Confessional on Facebook and Twitter.
That's right. And behind the board, by the way, we've got Professor Chris K hanging out over there. And then we've also got, well, he was here, now he's deceased, Mr. Robin Tropey. Really sorry to see him go after he kidnapped me and then also did the whole nyata thing, you know. So
I guess it's time for me to learn necromancy.
Bruh.
What?
What?
Her or me?
He was already dead
Yeah.
inside anyway.
You can't. You're not supposed to sleep with dead people.
That's
That-
true. You
that's
guys
not-
don't do
that's
that.
that's something entirely different.
That's
Is that what you said?
necrophilia.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, that's your...
I said
Oh.
necromancy. That's bringing people back from the dead.
Like Pet Cemetery. Only
Yeah.
Oh, God. Pet Sematary was a terrible movie. All right. Anyway, we're going to get this all going with some super cool nerd news.
Super Cool Nerd News is powered by Cinelinx. Cinelinx.com, your one-stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx. And I am all hocked up on painkillers. How you doing? We're going to start out with some video game news. No Man's Sky is under investigation. That's right, a European agency for advertising is going after Steam, the company behind No Man's Sky, and its creator, Sean Murray, on the fact that they used misleading advertising for the video game No Man's Sky, including video and photos showing things that are not in the game, not to mention all of Murray's interviews that he gave that had nothing to do with anything you can actually do in the game. They reached out for Murray for a quote after about a week after the game came out in August, and he promptly quit Twitter and disappeared. It's never good when someone quits Twitter. Anyway, moving on, we have a short list for the female lead in Han Solo. That's right. Our female lead is next up in the casting of the Han Solo, A Star Wars Story. And we have our short list that includes Creed's Tessa Thompson, X-Men First Class's Zoe Kravitz, and the upcoming Pink Power Ranger Naomi Scott. Word is the role might be Sana Solo, the wife, as you see I'm using quotes, of Han, who briefly appeared in the comics. Coming out of Fox Marvel Cinematic Universe, Wolverine himself said that there was going to be a lot of information coming in the upcoming days, and boy was he not wrong. The day after he quoted that, we got the Wolverine 3 official title, which is Logan, and this really cool poster here, which shows Deadpool's hand holding on to Logan's himself. According to the Wrap, that's okay. According to the Wrap, the film will follow Logan as which takes place in 2024 and is much darker than the other Wolverine and X-Men films, with Logan's powers failing and his healing factor degenerating. Professor X, who accompanies him, doesn't even remember who Logan is, as his own powers are becoming unstable. We find a government operation, Transigen, which is turning mutant children into killing machines. The girl holding Logan's hand is said to have 2 claws instead of 3. Logan hits theaters on March 3rd, 2017, and it will be Jackman's last time as the iconic superhero. Suicide Squad extended cut trailer has been released, and flashes of the scenes and stuff and all sorts of things. Looks like DC has a new trend in releasing unrated, extra long versions of their movies when they don't do very well in the theater. All right, I guess that's what the trend's going to be. Thanks, DC and WB. It hits digital download on November 15th, and you'll get a hard copy in stores right in time for Christmas on December 13th. Spider-Man and Justice League have both wrapped filming, and I'll give you one guess to which one that Jason is excited about. Here's a hint. It has not had a shitty build-up to it. Spider-Man Homecoming will hit theaters on July 17th, 2017, and we'll get to see Justice League hopefully on November 16th, 2017. Yo-ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. That old pirate tale has never been so true as it is now in the new teaser trailer for Pirates of the Caribbean 5, Dead Men Tell No Tales. While we get no glimpse of the iconic Captain Jack Sparrow other than a wanted poster, we do get our first look at the ghostly villain Javier Bardem as Captain Salazar. And finally, we got a Voltron Season 2 trailer on Netflix. That's right, a new teaser trailer for the season has just hit the web. Legendary Defender has in it we see that the writers are in even more danger than ever. There's a lot of hints that our leader, Shiro, may not be making it to Season 3. But on a brighter note, there's a lot of footage showing the team exploring new worlds in an effort to reunite to battle Zarkon. That's your super cool nerd news powered by Cinelinks.com. Yeah!
All right. Thanks a lot, BC.
Hey, where'd your paint go? It's gone.
Regenerative.
Oh, God.
Paint.
Delete.
Seriously, no more of those.
Oh, my God.
Delete.
All right.
Oh, it's hot down there.
Oh,
Hey, no.
My paint.
Thanks
wait
for
a minute.
that.
Do
by
we
the
still
way.
have a basement?
Yeah.
Are those people still there? No.
Couple of them.
No.
God.
Are they? Have they at least decayed enough?
Oh.
So, Jay, you're excited about Justice League wrapping?
Who? Yeah, you're right. You know what? Spider-Man looks great. Tom Holland he's been putting up Instagram videos from it. It looks like everybody has worked hard and have produced a well-written movie. Nothing rushed, Go stick with the program that works,
Justice League, you have to admit that whenever they released that one trailer that they had over at SDCC, that was a pretty damn good trailer.
I see how they were both filming Thor and Spider-Man on that same set. I love the little pranks between the cast. That was great.
That's good. Look, I'm with you. I made the jokes and all that stuff, but I am excited for Justice League. I think Jeff Johns taking over in there, and that's going to be really the first one we see where he has full control of it, kind of.
You know what? I can't wait to see Michael Keaton in the Vulture costume because I'm betting it's going to be the Vulture.
I think it's going to be good. I like everything I've seen so far, and it looks like they're turning their things around. They've really gone to all the... Because look, when people go on these set visits, they normally are not allowed to talk about them until 2-3 weeks, 2 months max out before the movie comes out. They went on this visit, and Warner Brothers was immediately like, tell them what you saw right now.
Yeah, well, they want positive press.
They're trying to turn things around, and look, I got faith in you. I got hope for you. How about that? Maybe not faith, but I have hope for you because I want this to be good. I'm not in the camp of people who did not like Suicide Squad. Mm-hmm. I loved it.
I did too.
I hated BVS.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of Man of Steel. So I'm really hoping that that Justice League can turn it around. And I see we have some breaking news that Jason seems to want to talk about.
Yeah, apparently William Shatner has been cast to play the voice of Two-Face in the next Batman animated film.
Hey, that's cool.
Okay, that's pretty
nice.
cool.
Good for him. See, here's my thing. I want to live in a world where every comic book movie is amazing. I don't care.
What
I'm saying is that But what I'm saying is that, like, where everything is great, where it's, yes, you can still have those, like, well, Marvel did it better than DC.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Marvel has exponentially done it better than DC. But I'm saying that I would like it to where DC is up there with them.
Yeah.
But there will be those people that are like, yeah, I'm a Marvel, I'm a DC, whatever.
You're eventually gonna get your Fantastic Fours. You're gonna get
Sure,
your,
sure.
Spider-Man 3s. You know, making a movie is really effing hard.
It is.
The fact that Marvel has done so well at it is amazing. All right? The fact that DC has not yet been able to since the Nolan trilogy is kind of weird too.
Yeah.
You know, we're bound to see some stuff this week with New York Comic Con going on as well. But along with the superhero movies, I know we always DC versus Marvel, blah, blah, blah. But Valiant Comics is actually going to become a contender now. They're actually releasing what I believe are going to be web series of Bloodshot, played by Jason David Frank of the Green Ranger fame of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Archer and Armstrong. They're also doing a Ninjak series as well. So I want more. I want more variety because I've liked a lot of the Valiant comics and the crew that's working on it. A lot of those people we saw in Superpower Beatdown.
Yeah.
In fact, the guys who do Superpower Beatdown, Aaron Shirka and his dad, they will be helming this project as well. So look for that announcement this weekend from New York Comic Con. But I do want to see somebody else step in and start producing. Because, I mean, we've got the big two. We still got Image Comics out there.
Yeah.
We've got
Dark Horse.
We got Dark Horse.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a Spawn series again. Something from Image.
They've talked about doing something like that.
Okay,
I know
I will
McFarlane
believe there's a Spawn movie coming when I see a trailer because Todd McFarlane.
He's been teasing that for
He
years.
has been talking about it since the last one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to see a Savage Dragon movie, honestly. Just because I think it would be fun. Mm-hmm. Because Eric Larson, he has written and drawn that book since its incarnation. So, you know, that's all I'm saying. We need more variety.
We do.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I can't wait to see what Valiant announces this weekend at New York Comic Con.
This is really throwing me off. Your boy Xander out there. He is excited for Justice League and could care less about Spider-Man.
Well, you know, it's okay to be wrong.
I don't know. I mean, look, I get being excited for Justice League. It's gonna be
Yeah.
the first time we've ever seen a live action version of the Justice League. All right, cool. How can you not care about Homecoming? Everything about that looks amazing.
Sometimes, if you see a kid about to, like, touch this oven and it's hot and you know it's hot, sometimes you just got to let it happen.
And so you learn?
Because as soon as they feel that heat and get burned again, hopefully not again, hopefully you don't get burned again, then you learn not to touch that damn oven.
See,
Like you with that hot sauce?
Whatever.
here's the deal. I think I understand where Xander's coming from because let's think about it. The first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, that was a good one, right? Okay,
Awesome.
sure. The second one, it was all right. Okay.
I liked it.
The second one is one of the greatest superhero movies ever made.
The third one was terrible.
The
Yeah,
one we
sure.
don't talk
The third
about.
one was good. You just don't understand movies.
The third one was good. No, hold up. If you want to open up that can of worms, we can talk about every single movie you thought was good.
I was all with Rob for a second, and then he said the third one was good. I'm like, oh, Rob, hold on.
Awful. And then
you're killing my credibility here. 'cause I
Amazing
agreed with you.
Spider-Man. The first Amazing Spider-Man, that was good, right? All right. Amazing Spider-Man 2. Nah, it had a
jumbled
lot
mess.
of problems.
It was fun to watch.
Sure, it was fun to watch,
give
but
you that.
still was a lot of issues to it.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's been like this roller coaster with Spider-Man movies, so it's hard to be excited about one whenever you're not sure which one you're going to get.
Now, not to quickly change subject, but what are we thinking about Logan?
Dude, I'm excited for it.
I really want go out on a high note. Please
Yeah.
let this be.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have a total. We're gonna R-rate it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be totally violent.
Dude, from that script that they showed, it looked like it's going to
That's
be
the first.
crazy.
That's the second page.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like it's going to be brutal, and I'm so excited about
Yes.
that.
I'm so excited.
But and I've been a big fan of X-23 for a long time, and so I really have been wanting to get a good X-23 depiction.
I think
I really hope that this is what we're getting.
I think there's a good chance that Wolverine does not make it out of this movie.
Then yeah, they could.
I think there's a very good chance that they give Hugh Jackman a heroic death, and this is their way to introduce us to our new Wolverine
X-23.
character, X-23.
Yeah.
Now, what I don't get is how will they tie that into the other X-Men movies, being that it takes place in 2024. Mm-hmm. But again, there's ways they can.
Yeah.
I'm in the belief that somewhere on the Fox lot in there where they do the X-Men movies, there's a big sign that when you walk in, when you're going to the game, you slap the sign,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
There's a sign that says continuity, smontanuity. Because I really feel they just don't give a crap.
And they hit it every time.
Let's go, guys. Let's do
Yeah.
this.
Continuity. No, I'm excited for this one though. And it makes sense what you're talking about because, I mean, they did it in the comics. They killed off Wolverine, so why not do that?
Old Man Logan has replaced him in the general continuity. But I want to point out one thing, and just to hell with our editor-in-chief Jordan Mason, because
Whoa, bro.
No, because he pointed out something about that poster.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you look at the poster very closely, the child's fingers are way too long to have reached the point that they do on Logan's hand. It almost looks like that hand's going to come away and it's going to look like this. And have like several joints. And ever since he did that, I can't unsee it every time I see the poster. So I hate his guts. Because when he said it, I was like, what is he talking? Oh. Like some weird alien hand is like gripping Logan's hand. And that's not a child.
It's bad
Photoshop.
That's an editing problem.
And then I think about, like, because I have kids, I always do, hey, hold my hand when they're crawling. And I think about, like, one of my kids, like if one day, like, I felt that, like,
Your daughter. I hope your daughter has long fingers.
Where'd the banana fingers come from?
Savage.
I can't unsee it now. And he's ruined that poster for me. Every time I see that poster, I think, damn, them fingers is too long. It's like, is that kid a gray? What? Is this E.T.? Is he holding E.T.'s hand? Is that tip going to start glowing? All right, I'm good.
Oh.
Okay.
Are you sure?
I'm vented. I'm vented now.
So who's going to be, is it going to be Sana Solo?
Probably. They've already introduced her in the comics, and it actually will be a smart choice to use because the character they use in the comics, she was actually very good. I liked her depiction. I like how she really threw Han off his game. Because we've seen Han, he gets in trouble, but then he recovers quickly. This character, he don't recover quickly.
No.
She knows Han's bullshit. Yeah. And I'd love to see how that history started.
Yeah, I want to see also, because I don't read the comics. I mean, obviously.
Okay.
I would love to know where it starts and where it ends. I would love to see that.
I'm wondering if they're going to really go into... I mean, I want the story to start when him and Chewie met.
Sure. Yeah, that would be awesome.
You know what? I honestly want them to already just be going. I don't care how they met.
It's a good story. It's a good story from a guy that's read the expanded universe, and they can actually do whatever they want to because that universe is gone anyway. Mm-hmm. I want to see Chewie and Han, how Chewie met Han.
I'll have what he's having.
Which one of those three? Zoe Kravitz, Tessa Thompson, and
Zoe Kravitz.
And Scott.
Zoe Kravitz has the most experience.
And
out of everything that you've ever seen, and she has done a lot of stuff.
Don't get me wrong, I like Tessa Thompson as well, just because we've seen her in Selma.
Yeah.
She was really good.
And Creed, and she's already in the Disney family with Thor.
Well, I was gonna. Well, see, that's an issue. But
that's how Disney likes to work. They want to keep you in there.
I would say Tessa Thompson. That's who actually was gonna be my vote. But I think Zoe Kravitz has a lot of big.
But Tessa's playing. I mean,
stuff.
I don't think they're gonna let that crossover happen with Tessa playing Valkyrie.
She's playing Valkyrie.
She's playing Valkyrie in Thor.
Yeah, I don't think
it's going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
I think she's the front runner. I think because look, I don't know where y'all getting Zoe having she has a bit role in in X-Men.
She's also in Mad Max. She was in Divergent.
A bit role in Mad Max.
Those aren't bit roles.
Those weren't. That doesn't. None of those roles make me go, yeah, this girl has talent.
Look,
she's got a role coming up in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're looking at talent, Tessa Thompson is underrated when you look at, she is one of the driving, because you look at
I like her,
Stallone,
don't get me wrong.
Look at Michael B. Jordan, how good they were in Creed. She's one of the driving factors.
Don't get me wrong. She's excellent. I think she's great. Yeah. It's a hard choice between the two of them. I don't think Naomi Scott is going to get it. I don't. No. I think she's a little too green for her to be introduced to a property like this, and that's nothing against her. But Tessa Thompson is going to be Valkyrie, and I think she's going to do an awesome job as Valkyrie. Enough that we won't want to see her. I don't want to see this character crossover.
See, here's what I wonder, though.
It's not a character. It's a different...
Here's what I wonder, is that would we see Valkyrie again later? And if we don't...
From the rumors, Valkyrie is just one of the gladiators in the games. That's all she's going to be.
And so, see, for me, like, if you're not going to reuse her later, that would make her a fine candidate to be in Han Solo.
I would like to quote Thanos from How It Should Have Ended: Infinity War. All right.
Yeah.
They can bring...
I'm just thinking, if you're going on talent, she's the obvious choice, in my opinion.
What do you want to bet?
The Punisher board is what you bet.
Okay, but here's what it's going to be. How many times have we come to these short lists, and then all of a sudden it's actually none of them.
Well,
This person.
well, then we're both just
Here's
wrong.
the deal.
We look like
Here's
a couple
the
of
deal.
dicks now.
Let's do it. Whoever wins doesn't have to draw from the Punisher board. Whoever loses does. But if it's somebody that's not one of these two, then it's null and void.
Okay.
Fair.
Well, then I'm going to say Tessa Thompson.
Tessa
And I'm
Thompson?
saying Zoe Kravitz.
All right, shake with the other hand. There you go.
A gentleman's agreement.
Excellent. All right.
No, I'm not
No,
doing
that's
that.
unsanitary.
Yeah, forever and clean.
Ew.
All right. So that is it for super cool nerd news.
Excuse me, no, it's not.
What do you have?
Voltron.
Oh yeah.
Don't just. Oh yeah, that.
I'm ready for a second
Yeah,
season of
I'm
this
excited
show.
for it. Here's my problem.
I'm not
They
gonna
have
lie.
not released an actual date.
Oh.
It's in December, isn't it?
All they've said was late 2016.
What? Late 26... Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's this year.
ooh,
We're
sorry. I was
currently
scared for a second
we're
there.
currently in late 2016.
All right.
So we've got 2 months before
Good
2016.
turnaround. Good turnaround on the time, though. As
Well,
far as
it's
like,
animated.
well, how many? Well, animation is hard to get out. But how many episodes did we get with the first one?
12. It was supposed to be 13, but the first episode of season 2 is going to be the 13th episode.
Yeah, if they give me the same amount of episodes, I'd be very happy with. I was very happy with the first one, though.
Yeah.
The voice acting, the characters. Oh man, the humor.
And see,
I watched the pilot, and I didn't watch anymore.
Oh, fuck you.
I didn't get into it.
I'm curious what they're going to do if Shiro is going to suffer the same fate that Sven did in the original, since he took over that character's place, and if so, how they're going to shift everybody around.
You know what? I'm gonna call it all. I don't think they're gonna go with how it happened to Sven. I think something is going to happen that is going to have to make him step down.
Yes.
Clearly, I mean, because Keith is the lead. He's the Black Lion pilot. It's been that way. Something is going to happen. We already knew it was coming. In fact, I was waiting all season like, oh, when's Shiro going to get fucked up?
Yep.
When he got captured, I was like, well, Shiro's
Here
about
we
to
go.
die.
It's happening now. Well, I'm excited for it. I want it to come out like now. But that's the thing I love about Netflix shows, and we'll get into it with Luke Cage, is that every episode feels longer than what it is.
And that's not a
Yeah.
bad thing
And it's
either.
not a
No,
bad
it's
thing.
not at all.
Because even in Luke Cage, it's one of those things where it feels like it's 2 seasons in one. And that's kind of how it felt in Voltron. And that's what I'm really excited about coming up. So I just want them to release or give us a date. If it's December, fine. I have something to look forward to. Don't give me some generic date of late 2016.
We'll get it this weekend, probably.
This weekend?
This weekend, New York Comic Con.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like we were going to get it released
No, New
this
York
weekend.
Comic
I'm
Con.
like,
They're going to be making a big announcement for that. Also, where is my fucking toy for that show?
Yeah,
Not-
Language! Where is Cap? Can I have Cap, please?
No, he's on my side.
Chris said he's going to
Language.
bring in the swear jar.
Oh God, no, no!
you can't make
My
me put
pops.
money in that fucking jar.
How go broke?
There's $1 right there.
Anyway,
You know,
Well, that
they used to
leads
call
us-
Chris
gentlemen wear fucking-
Crackle because that's the sound his punches made.
Worst segue ever.
Good, that's good.
Well, we're not going to Luke Cage yet, so it's fun.
Oh, never mind.
All right, so we don't have a break video, do we?
We actually
well,
got
we do have
We
a
do?
video.
We have Easter eggs. What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
No problem. You
Nothing.
have an issue? Is it OCD?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I got some Comic-Con pictures.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into some NYCC Comic-Con
There's
pictures
going to be
because
a
it's
lot of
going on
coverage
right
this
now.
weekend for that.
Yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's start showing those. Chris?
Okay, I got some cosplay here. So, what do we see in here, bro? cosplayers. It's just cosplayers.
So we have
Oh, did you plug
cosplayers.
your mic in?
All right, yeah,
There.
let's talk.
Type of anime. Yeah.
Hold on. Anime?
All right.
It's my shit.
Yeah.
As long as your mic's plugged in. Over
I
there.
do love how you're like, hey Rob, can you tell them what this is? Like,
Oh, that's a bunch of.
Okay, I got the mic over here. So apparently there's some anime characters or manga characters. I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at.
As you can see, they're from different shows. I see Black Butler. I see Fairy Tail. I see some Tokyo Ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can decipher. I'm sorry if there's more.
I got another picture. Let's see.
Okay. All right, we got some comic book characters here. We got Deadpool. Ow, I'm getting hit by a microphone. Daredevil. Got Harley Quinn. Some random people that no one cares about in the background.
Yeah, some weirdos. Aww.
Oh my god, that's so cute. Oh my god, that's so cute.
We've got a apparently it looks like a little Black Panther and a big Winter Soldier.
It's so cute.
Little T'Challa. Aww. Everybody, let's get an aw out of that.
It's so cute. Please change the picture. It's so cute.
Okay, next.
Nerd Confessionals.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Xena.
Xena. That is a good Xena. Ooh, I like that Xena.
Mm-hmm. And then some random dude just looking at, oh, I ain't looking at a backside. I swear, I ain't doing it.
Look at it in a shame, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Next. Oh, here we go.
Ooh, that's a nice store.
We got a Kamala Khan, Power Girl,
Yas.
or Miss Mar.
It's not Kamala Khan.
It's supposed to be Kamala Khan.
It's not Kamala Khan.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
comma, chameleon.
That
Not the
suit,
same person.
that suit should be Danvers.
Danvers.
That's
yeah.
Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Captain
sorry.
Marvel. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let's look at the next one. And finally, we have a little hot girl. And
That's damned adorable.
Oh my god, my heart. I'm broken.
I have all the powers of a hawk and a girl.
all right.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I would like to thank a longtime friend, Maribel Castro, for sending these pictures out to us. I hope she's having fun at New York Comic Con.
All right, and back to the.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for sending those NYCC pictures. We really appreciate it because we cannot be there ourselves. So it's good
Unfortunately.
that you can send that to us and we can experience it with you.
But you're going to have a bunch of coverage from us this weekend on Cineleaks.com where you're going to want to keep it because it's going to be a busy weekend.
That is correct. All right. So right now, we're not going to get to Luke Cage just yet, but there is something important that we need to do.
Well,
We need to. There's a lot of sinners in this world. There's a lot of nerd sinners, and it's time that we absolve them of their sins. And we have to do it. And there's only one way, BC. There's only one way to do it.
I think there is. There's only one man we can call upon.
The
well,
Reverend.
yes.
I'd say his name with you, but there's just so many
There's
names.
so many.
Put $1 in the basket.
Say it.
The
Call him, Matt.
the Reverend.
Oh, let me hear it.
Bring the Sacramento wine.
Archbishop.
Hallelujah.
Deacon.
Hallelujah.
Well,
Priestess.
Hallelujah.
what?
Warrior.
Amen.
Doctor.
God Almighty.
Professor.
Nerd Lord.
Linguist.
Well,
He knows the
what?
words.
Just
Trash man.
get to the
He takes out
The
the garbage.
X. PhD.
XPHD.
MD.
Not a doctor.
The X.
And over
The
there. Hit my damn music.
X.
Good Lord, welcome. The Reverend Dr. Jason the X is here to absolve you sinners. Y'all know you done wrong. You know you have. But that's all right. You come to the altar, confess. Confess to me, and I will absolve you. Bring forth the first sinner unto me. Gone? Who did it? Who done it this week now? I know they out there.
Go for it. Yes.
Who is it? Who is it? Bring this child before me.
I got one from a Nerded Notions of
Well.
Instagram.
The Sinner's Picture Place. I know. I've seen it.
Oh,
Not safe for work.
Hi, the little boys.
He says,
Son bitch.
"Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Have you not?
Back when Mega Man X2 came out,
Mm-hmm.
my folks got it for my birthday.
Well.
I wasn't a good child that day.
Oh.
While my parents were asleep,
Lord have mercy.
I snuck into their room, got the wrapped gift from their closet, and took it to my room. After very carefully removing the wrapping paper, I played the game all night. After beating Sigma, I rewrapped the game, put it back in their closet, and acted surprised a week later."
Lord have mercy. I have one caveat to that, and Xander can answer this. Were you caught? Because it sounds like you wasn't caught, so I don't know what I'm forgiving here. Because if you weren't caught by the parents, I mean, evil, evil child. We as children we make mistakes, and we must forgive.
Forgive them.
They grow up. I'm gonna absolve Brother Xander of his sin,
What do you got to do?
and I'm gonna congratulate you too for not getting caught. Nice job. You must have wrapped it up perfectly. I could never get the tape right.
All I want to know is how much Sacramento wine did his parents drink?
I must congratulate him. I'm congratulating him for beating Mega Man X2 all night. That was some good work. Damn. Anyway,
This
the brothers
comes,
forgiven.
this comes from at San Chigga.
Hmm?
San Chigga, I can say it.
I'm
I have a black wife.
not going to judge. I'm
Reverend.
not going to judge. Not going to judge.
You were there.
Go ahead. Bring forth.
I watched Luke Cage. I can say these things now.
I don't know where Cleveland came from. But
I did not care for Invader Zim.
oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, hurt my damn heart. Did not care for Invader Zim.
Did not care, Reverend.
But it's a genius. You know what? This child can't appreciate it. And I'm going to pray for him. Probably won't work, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. That maybe one day he will reach a higher calling, reach a better understanding. But until then, I demand you go back, watch Invader Zim again, watch it carefully. Shut up everything else, have a little bit of attention span on it, and you can appreciate it. Now go watch it again. That is what you do, and you'll be absolved.
Reverend, I don't think this man can be
If
absolved.
not, burn.
I gotta tell you,
him with the kerosene and the lighter and the fire. Light him up with a Roman candle. I don't care. Make him scream and run. We used to call it in the Navy the Screaming Alpha.
He put his name as Pumpkin Bryce Latte.
You go ahead. You go straight. No stops. I'm revoking your card. Get on out of here. Bring forth the next son unto me.
Oh, doctor.
What is it?
Dr. Reverend Doctor.
Well.
Oh, this one comes from a Mr. Rasmus Rasmussen.
Okay.
I don't know if I said his name right,
That
but
ain't very American, but go on.
he's a lifelong Star
Don't-
Wars fan,
Okay. There ain't no running wrong with that.
yet he's never read a single book.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Hurt my damn heart. You shut the hell up. You can go burn too. Son, if you truly love something, you want to experience more from it. I understand that maybe books and words are scary to you. Paragraphs and sentences and punctuation just scare you. But that's all right. Go on and go pick up. I recommend. I'm going to go on and absolve him. Go read the Timothy Zahn series. You'll be a better person for it. Thank you. Go on. Bring forth the next son unto me.
I have one, Reverend.
Okay.
This comes from at TJF Sports.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's thank Jesus for sports. I don't know.
Well, all right then. Sound like some nerd interference stuff, but anyway, go on.
This fool, he said,
Brother
no,
Matt.
he's a fool.
Brother
he
Matt.
is a fool.
We do not judge in my house. Now, read the damn letter.
He says, I've never played Ocarina of Time or a Final Fantasy game, and I hated the Metal Gear franchise.
You delete your account right now.
He's
There
a
ain't no
fool.
forgiveness for you. Not one, not any other. What's wrong with you? You ain't right, boy. You just ain't right. I cannot forgive him. I cannot. I am beyond my capabilities of forgiveness. Hold on. Hold on. What was that? Wait a minute. What? No. Don't forgive him. That
No,
was a call.
don't
forgive him. No, Get him on out of here. Ain't no forgiveness for you. Gonna burn. Bring forth. Who's next? I believe I saw one on the Instagram, a young, lovely lady who was confessing something. Please come to the booth. Go on and read her confession from the Instagram page. It was.
I don't have that up.
I have it up.
Right,
She's got it.
The girl's got it.
Read the lovely young. I mean, this. Surely she cannot be this beautiful thing. Go on, read that.
All right, this is from a Stephanie Celeste Chateau.
Hey, how you doing?
Celeste Chateau. Sounds like
She
some French
says-
stuff. Go on. I'm sorry.
She says, I need to confess right now, Nerd Father.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I dropped my professionalism and fangirl over Architect at RealmsCon this past weekend. Please forgive me for I lost control and geeked out so bad.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, we just can't be angry about something, especially not from a young, voluptuous,
Reverend, you can't say that. You can't say that, Reverend.
Lady like her is lovely with the. Have you seen her?
I'm not. Can we go a picture?
Hold on. This child is all right with me, but you know what? I demand her to come to my quarters for personal forgiveness. We will pray together.
How'd you kid?
We will pray together on our knees, and we will absolve this lovely child. So fine.
Reverend,
Anyway.
is that your wife over there?
What?
Oh, good, Reverend. I got one for you.
Okay, go on.
This is coming all the way over from the Dweeb Factory in the YouTube chat. I'm assuming it's LA. Oh, good, Reverend. Good LA says, Nerd Confession. I hate the Black Series Star Wars toys.
Who? What? What the heck? What the hell? Huh?
Finish it.
You gotta finish it.
hates-
You gotta finish
He
it.
hates the Black Series toys.
They're cheap plastic. I like diecast.
There is no forgiveness. I curse thee. I curse thee to the bowels of the Sarlacc pit. Throw some antacid, throw some Alka-Seltzer in there, because there is no forgiveness for you. You have wronged and sinned before thine George Lucas. Cheap plastic. Diecast belongs on a transformer, not an action figure. Be gone from my sight. I curse thee with the curses of Kirsten.
I have another one, Father.
Well, go ahead. I got in the vapors. My patience is being tested by these. Go on there. Deliver the sin.
My nickname may be Moogle, but
What?
I have never played a single Final Fantasy game.
Lord have. What did they find? What did they find him? What did they find? Not even 7. None. Nothing. No Final Fantasy.
It says none, Reverend.
None, Father. Not a single one.
Undeserving. Undeserving of the name. Undeserving of the name. That'd be like me going, Jason. I'm Jason the Batman. You just can't do it.
You've seen a Batman though. Yeah. This is different.
You're undeserving of the name. I can't judge you by what you call yourself, but I refuse to call you that myself.
Reverend, I have found one.
Deliver that child.
There's one more, I believe, and I believe this will be the last one.
Lord
yes,
have mercy.
okay.
Let me hear.
It is. I believe that the. I may not be saying this correctly, Reverend, but
do your best.
I believe
Literacy is
that
fundamental.
the clitoris is a myth, and this comes from brother at Jason the X. Yeah, I believe he doesn't ever found that.
Shit, I forgot to delete that tweet. I mean, I sinned before thee. I was drunk.
Communal wine?
Give me the communal wine. But with so much forgiveness in my own heart, I'm sure there's just enough left over for me. That's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Nerd Confessional. I got no more. I got no more this week. Submit them at hashtag Nerd Confessional. Let me know what you've done. You might be deserving of forgiveness. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. these
Well.
things into me.
Well, thank you. Big thanks to the Reverend Pastor Jason
I feel like I need to get
from
like, a
Friday,
napkin before I go.
the X.
Woo!
All right. Well, we're back. Yes, and but before we head on over to our Luke Cage conversation, we do have one last video, and this video comes straight from Jason, who you came up with these Easter eggs. You went through and you watched all of them.
This is not all the ones I came up with, but y'all know how I watch these shows. I love finding those little things like that in there. And Luke Cage.
So you actually watch this one like one episode after the other, not on four different devices at one time, right?
I actually watched this one one episode by one, because I did want to like look a little bit closer at them.
Yeah.
Because this was definitely one I was highly anticipating as well, and it was so well done. So I had to do this video.
Let's take a look at it.
Yeah. Hey guys, it's Jason the X for SCNS Live and Cinelinks.com, and I got a little short video of some of the wonderful Easter eggs that I saw in Luke Cage. Now, I love the series Luke Cage. It's a great character. The stories are so well done. The characters are awesome. We needed a show like this, and I'm glad we got it. And also, it continues that Marvel and Netflix dominance that we're seeing. But anyway, just some of the few Easter eggs I saw. One, and we knew this before, the Gangstar titles being used for episode titles, that was a great little bit. As far as Luke, I mean, we got to see a little Power Man reference from Pops. If you didn't know, that is Luke Cage's old moniker he used to go by, so it was good to see that. The yellow and black hoodies are also a throwback to the yellow and black colors that he would wear, and the constant for hire references in this. That was one thing I really liked, and I was just waiting for him to finally just accept it. Become a hero for hire, dude. Of course, one of the things, Seagate Prison. Now, if you've been keeping up with the Marvel Universe, we know that two people, Justin Hammer and the Mandarin, or at least Trevor Slattery, are now stored in this Seagate Prison. And we, going to be there. He was there. I don't know about Justin Hammer, but we definitely saw some influence from him throughout the series with a lot of Hammer tech in the guns and Diamondback's suit that he had in the series. So maybe with him being out of the picture, we're seeing a lot of his technology just all over the place. I like this. It kind of presents more of a danger to the heroes out there. Of course, there's multiple references to the incident, and even, calling Luke Cage the Black Captain America. I like that. It just helps connect these universes a little bit better. Fisk is mentioned throughout this and his fall, and I like that. Now, one of my characters I really like is Turk from Daredevil. He must have come up to Harlem from down in Hell's Kitchen, but we end up seeing him go back. It's good to see this character return, of course, just connecting all of these Marvel Netflix universes. Now, I didn't mention this on some of the references, but the old school costume making an appearance in the show. That was very well done. With the bracers, the tiara, even the codename Tiara in this series, and Luke getting the big yellow shirt that's open to the navel and the jeans, and him admitting, I look ridiculous, because by 70 standards, he probably looked ridiculous there. But this was a good little throwback to that, a little reference. We got to see it. I love when they did that with Captain America with the old school costume in the first movie. So kudos, guys. You did it well. Also want to point out the character Dapper Dan, that is an actual person, a famous tailor in Harlem. Go look up his stuff, guys. This man's been doing legendary work. I love that he got added to the season. That's almost part of Harlem's history. Of course, we got to hear Trish Walker on her radio program talking about Luke Cage again, and I like that. I find it hard that Trish wouldn't know about Luke, considering her relationship to Jessica, so this is a good little nod to that series as well. And making her almost Stan Lee appearances in all of these series, we got to see Rosario Dawson return as Claire, or the Night Nurse, as we do see them actually refer to her. Granted, it was just a thug in the club, but we got to hear Thug in the Club. We got to hear her referred to as Night Nurse. I like that she's connecting all these series. I'd certainly hope we're going to see her in Defenders as well. Now, one of the main characters like Misty Knight. Misty was fantastically represented by Simone Missick. There were references to her maybe. I thought she was going to lose something and gain an upgrade. If you know anything about Misty Knight, you know that she has a robotic right arm. And I thought that was going to come into play in this series. I mean, we do have the technology. We've got Bucky, we've got Iron Man. Maybe somebody donates a new arm for her. I kind of wanted to see her get maimed. I know that sounds horrible, but Misty's such a badass with the cybernetic arm. And I like the little teasing of that. I thought it was going to happen, but maybe it'll happen somewhere in Defenders where we know she will be appearing. Other references, Claire, of course, referenced Daredevil when she knew of a lawyer that could probably help out. We saw references to the Punisher, of course, Jessica Jones, and even a Stan Lee cameo is thrown in there into episode 12. If you weren't watching closely, Stan Lee does make appearances in these episodes, but usually it's a picture on a wall, and you see Stan on if you see a crime, report it. So yeah, keep up with that. Now, one thing we did see was we saw Claire taking a little pull tab off the flyer for Colleen Wing. And we know that character is going to be played by Jessica Henwick coming up in these Marvel series. And that's a partner of Misty Knight. I'd love to see some history between those two. Granted, guys, this is just a few of the Easter eggs that I saw in Luke Cage. If you saw some of the Easter eggs I'm referring to, or you know some that I missed, go ahead and tell me down in the comments below, because I love this series and I'm willing to just keep talking about it because it was that great. Anyway, guys, I'm Jason the X. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, check out cinelinks.com. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Instagram follow.
And we are back on Super Cool Nerd Show.
That's right.
And Hannah has, Cora has evolved into Robin Trophy.
Her super form.
It's true. So she'll come back
Can we
later.
take the Poke Candy away and make it devolve?
No, we grind them up, and then we just catch a new one.
Okay, that'll work.
That's how we get Pokemon candy. Yeah. We need Cora candy. We don't need Rob candy.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we are here now, and we're going to talk about Luke Cage. Again, thank you so much for doing that Easter egg video. That was really good. So let's go. Thoughts. Let's go round the horn. What were our thoughts on Luke Cage?
First of all, topical in so many ways. I'm not going to deny the obvious kind of hidden message there was. And yes, I know we discussed it gets a little preachy at times, but you know what? It's a bulletproof black man. Let's just go ahead, and we kind of needed that. I liked Mike Coulter and Jessica Jones as Luke Cage, so I was pretty freaking confident. I think we were all, after watching Jessica Jones, we were confident this was our Luke Cage.
Yeah.
And even a man, and I go, damn, if I was gay, he could have me. But beyond that, him being center stage for this, he really showed his acting job. And they surrounded him with such a great cast.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about Marvel shows. Is there anybody that we get tired of as far as a secondary character?
No, not
because
really.
Misty, I love the Misty Knight
I really
character.
liked Misty Knight.
And you know, no spoilers or anything, but I was really hoping she was about to lose that arm. Is that bad?
Are we
I
not
was
talking
hoping she was
spoilers?
going to get
Bad.
maimed. I was like, oh, she's losing an arm. Well, you know, get that Bucky special, you know? But otherwise, I mean, it had a great opening, and it ended really good, too.
Yeah.
I kind of hated the ending, but it was good. Mm-hmm. Everything in between, it was just, you almost see the heart that went in this one, especially like using little bits of Harlem's history. That was a great touch as well.
Yeah.
The Gangstar titles, I love that. The music,
Really good.
give me this soundtrack.
There's a Spotify version of it already.
Oh, hell yeah. I didn't know
Really?
that.
Oh, I'm willing to buy this soundtrack just from all the acts in the club as well. Just, I really have nothing bad. They did their own take on it, and yeah, I really like it. I can't wait for them to come back with Luke Cage now.
Rob?
Well, for me, I mean, you guys already know, I've been waiting for Luke Cage for years. Even before Netflix started their whole Marvel series. This show the whole thing was great. I loved everything about it. The one scene I told you guys about where I saw Diamondback chasing them, and I'm like, man, there's some old Warriors get back to Coney Island stuff. And then he comes and says, can you dig it? I freaked out. I was like, oh my God. Oh, I'm psychic.
That line would come out so corny, but you were like, oh shit's about to get real.
The characters, like you said, loved everyone. Hated when Pops bit it. Got a little bit. BC actually says something about it, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell?
Yeah.
Immediately, I was like, I hate this show.
But like Jason said, the ending of it, he said he didn't like some parts of it, the way it ended, but overall, they're setting up the entire second season.
Yeah.
I mean,
Defenders in a way.
Yeah, I mean everything in the last couple of minutes of that is being set up. And there was a story I posted today that I can't remember the guy's name, if it was the director or writer, but they wanted Prince to do the final song.
Where did you see that?
The ending song of it.
Because
man,
it
was on,
that would have been
it
amazing.
was on CBR, I think it was.
Really?
Where he came and he said that he wanted to take the first 2 episodes, take it to Prince, show it to him, and say, "We want you to do music for this show."
Ooh.
And he was supposed to get the very last song where all that stuff is going on. Prince was supposed to have written the song for that, but of course he passed away.
I'd have lost it.
So
Yeah. BC?
Go ahead.
Okay. I loved it. I mean, what else can you say? And it's something that I attributed to earlier, was that, every Netflix series feels like it's 2 seasons in one. And it's kind of how you got, I love the progression of Luke Cage into, the superhero of Luke Cage. I also loved watching his backstory too. I loved every single thing about it. And one of the things too, I love that he just kept looking for Strange. That's all he ever did. Every episode was about coffee. And I'm like, damn, Luke, calm it down, bro.
What do you mean strange? I thought he just wanted to get some coffee. Is that?
Not the
No.
doctor.
Not-
No.
Was he not just? Was he,
He
not
does.
just tired? He needed
He don't
some-
like coffee. He don't drink
I
coffee.
thought he was just tired. and needed some
Unless it's
energy.
the right blend. Also, you know what I love too is I love the theme that Rosario Dawson Claire is involved in everybody. Like she is
She's
the
our
singular
Stan Lee
point.
for this series.
No, it's not
I'd
Stan
call
Lee.
him Nick
She's
Well, no, she's in. So.
she's. I wouldn't even say Nick Fury more. I would say she's the Phil Coulson. She brings everybody together in a way because you look. She brought in Daredevil, and then Jessica Jones, and then you got Luke Cage, and even said like, "Oh, I know a great lawyer."
I just want to
And
keep
then
seeing her.
and then
because she's
she
great.
pulled a tab for the martial arts dojo for what's going to be Iron Fist.
Colleen Wing.
So she really is the Phil Coulson, Nick Fury, whatever you want to call it, of this entire series, and I love watching that. I thought it was awesome, and yes, the music too.
Just to add something to what you're saying about Claire, it seems that in each series, whenever someone's ready to give up, they're like, "Look, I'm done. I'm burnt out. I can't go no more." She comes in and says something to spur them on.
Yeah, remember who you are.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was a little bit of a weak scene as far as the choreography between the fights between them, between him and Diamondback. I kind of like I was watching it and then I was like, wait, I gotta go back. What happened again? I thought that was weird.
The one thing about the series I really like, because we saw the Defenders trailer,
Yeah.
and how I said with the Kurt Cobain's lyrics and each character where they were saying the lyrics, it makes more sense on Luke's after watching that. Come as I want you to be.
Yeah.
Because he finally did what, because he was hiding or whatever. I kept waiting for him to actually open up the Pops as a business, as a heroes for hire.
That'll happen.
I was hoping that was gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen because they kept just darting away from it, but
It might. It might. All
but
right.
it makes more sense.
I absolutely loved it. Everyone, almost everyone in this show was incredible. I thought there's been some negativity gone back toward the guy who played Shades.
I liked him.
But most of it's coming from people who know him from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh.
And they said they don't buy him as the badass.
Whatever.
I absolutely loved his character.
Yeah, he was badass for
so
sure.
much. He was so good. Such a driving force behind the villains. Calculating everything about him. Mike Coulter, absolutely amazing. I will put. I still think I gotta say the first season of Daredevil is my favorite.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm gonna put the first half of this one up there with the first half of season 2 of Daredevil, which is right behind Daredevil season 1. Now that's where I'm gonna get. This is why I wanted you to go before me, because I'm gonna get a little controversial here. I loved this. I thought it was absolutely amazing. But I'm not one of those people who can be a blind fan and just say everything was fucking great about it. I had a major problem halfway through once we lose Cottonmouth. Cottonmouth is up there on the level of Loki, on the level of Kingpin.
Yeah.
They did so much to build this character, and you almost felt for him at times. Yet you're still going, no, but wait, he's the bad guy. And then they bring in Diamondback, who's one of those poorly written Marvel villains. There was no context to his character at all. The guy was fine. What's his name who played him was fine for it, but there was just the stakes immediately went out the window when it became, oh, I'm a bad guy because my dad was your dad and he didn't like my mom as much as your mom. It no longer felt real to me. It was no longer emotionally impactful like that first half was with Cottonmouth. And I was like, okay, I know Diamondback. I know the history with Diamondback and Luke Cage. And they kept bringing him up and talking about it. I'm like, man, this guy's going to be such an awesome villain for season 2. I can't wait to see what they do with him. And then you don't even get the satisfaction of Luke Cage versus Cottonmouth. He just gone. And I was just like, It really sucked the wind out of the series for me right there. That's why the second half of it, I didn't like as much as I absolutely loved the first half.
Now, see, the one thing about that I'll disagree, because with everything that happened with Black Mariah and Cottonmouth, kind of just came out of left field. I did not see it coming, which I was kind of like, oh,
yeah,
damn.
that's like
They're just such bad people.
Yeah.
The night, remember at WWE Raw, the night the Nexus showed up. And they tore up. That was one of the first times in a long time I sat on the edge of my bed just staring at the TV in awe of what was happening because it caught me off guard. And I love when wrestling can catch me off guard. When she pushed him out that window and then comes down and just starts beating the hell out, I was like,
to quote Borderlands,
it got me.
I'm so far at the edge of my seat that the chair is irrelevant.
It got me. I'll give you that. It got me. But then I just couldn't get behind Diamondback because he was so bloody stupid. If he would have just listened to Shades once or twice, give him a little bit of intelligence, I would have bought into it.
He's got more
and if you look
invested now.
and I really disliked, I won't say disliked, I was not a big fan of Jessica Jones because Purple Man...
You're misogynistic.
Purple Man was a terribly written villain. I got over it because David Tennant was so good in the role, I cared about him.
No,
But the character itself was badly written. This one, Eric, I think it's Eric Marshaw or something like that, he didn't suck me in like David Tennant did as Purple Man. So I could not get over the fact that the character was so badly written.
I will agree with him on certain points. I thought that the way that Diamondback was thrown in there was a little random because at first I was like, oh, that's Diamondback? Like I was a little unimpressed.
Yeah.
You know? And so, and then even whenever they're showing the flashbacks to him and, you know, Luke Cage being together, there was a weird disparity between young Willis and Diamondback. Like there was no progression as to why there was some sort of animosity. Like if anything, it just seemed like, oh, they were good brothers. Yeah. You know, like why are they even fighting? It makes no sense to me.
And there's a little expositional line somewhere in there, like, well, when you left, your dad left and didn't care about my mom anymore.
Well, then you should hate your dad. That's it. It has nothing to do with him. But and then at the same time, like, yeah, I agree. The Cottonmouth, I understand where it was going, the catalyst for it. But you put an actor like I don't want to even say his name because
Ali.
It's Ali.
Just go to the last
you put Ali in there, as amazing as he is, and the amazing like talent and performance he made, and then you kill him, and you're like,
I think
damn, it left a hole in the show.
That's like if they would have killed Kingpin.
Because he was so good, it left that impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. I think the show could have benefited from 2 less episodes. I think at the last couple episodes drug a little long, and if you could have kept Cottonmouth a little bit more in there and have it come down to the final fight between them that leads into, all right, Diamondback's coming next season. I can't wait to see this. I think it would have been more impactful.
I still would have been okay with 13 episodes of Cottonmouth versus him, and then at the end of the episode of the last one, then it's kind of previewing Diamondback.
Well, here's 2 things. One, going off of what you said. You said, like, 1 season seems like 2. It's because and I've seen a lot of shows doing this now, especially the Marvel Netflix shows or Netflix MCU. You'll have a villain for the first half, and somehow they get rid of them, like they did with Cottonmouth and whoever else.
And
then
Punisher.
someone comes in to take their place.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, this is one comic book arc right here. Then we're gonna go into the other comic book arc. Now the thing with Diamondback and Cottonmouth in the comic could hold his own with Luke Cage. The guy they had on the show could not. No way in hell. But even before Diamondback even came in there, when Shaves was there talking to them about the other boss, Diamondback, Diamondback this, you could see the fear in Cottonmouth's face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because Diamondback, I mean, I kind of understand what you're saying, but Diamondback is the kind of guy like, no one tells me what to do. I do what I do.
See,
he's the guy that rules with the iron fist,
and
so to speak.
no pun intended. And that's where I was like, yeah, because I was really feeling that. And then the reveal of him was lackluster to me.
Yes.
Now, when they first revealed like the character and everything they did, I'm like, oh, this guy's cool. Okay, he's going to be another a good little one-off villain here. I didn't, and then you figure out, oh, that's Diamondback. That's Diamondback.
Yeah. I really thought that guy was an assassin.
Yeah,
I was
so
like,
that's
cool.
what I was getting.
I just thought he was like a
assassin.
one-off assassin that they were bringing in.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm Diamondback. I'm like, what?
You know what I want to see, though, because he was taken alive. Kind of want to see Diamondback and Kingpin in jail now.
Well, no, you see the scientists going to work on him on Diamondback. So where he's gonna and he gets the same strength of Cage.
We'll probably end up seeing him. But I just wanted to see like him and Kingpin going. I mean, just the contrast of the two.
Yeah.
Because I mean, last we saw of Kingpin, he was getting Frank Castle out of jail because I don't need this crazy motherfucker around me.
and that's what I'm saying. Because Kingpin, he's on that Loki level when it comes to Marvel now. And Marvel didn't have that many villains that you really go, that villain right there. In the movies.
Yeah.
They focus on your heroes and they don't really focus much on their villains. But Loki broke through that. Your boy Kingpin broke through that. To me, Cottonmouth broke through that.
The only thing I do have a problem with, I find it hard to believe that Cottonmouth and Kingpin could have existed in the same New York.
Yeah. Well,
it seems
because
like-
what part of New York are you in?
But then again,
you know?
Kingpin, he didn't want people to know who he was. He was more
Sure.
low-key. Maybe Diamondback didn't know who he was. But the only thing is, these two in New York seems like it will be just a hotbed of violence.
Apparently,
about to
New
happen.
York is just a massive
Well,
place.
in New York, you've got the Silvermane family, the
territories.
Maggia, Kingpin, Cottonmouth. So Cottonmouth, I control Harlem. Don't tell me what to do in Harlem. Don't tell me what I could do
I just
here or
don't see how
whatever.
Kingpin
Yeah,
will
Leave me the hell
and
alone.
Kingpin is Hell's Kitchen.
Kingpin will be like,
Well-
okay, all right, you lead this, but if your territory invades on mine, we got a problem. Keep your shit inside of your area.
See, but I don't think it's just Harlem. Because if you remember, Harlem was just one territory.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was talking about, Harlem, you think Harlem's yours? Nah. Like, he came in from somewhere else.
What if we could see a war between these two factions?
And there are so many other boroughs in New York.
Yes.
so-
Yeah, there are. Yeah,
But look, that's not to take. I'm not saying I didn't like. I love this.
Yeah.
thing.
No, apparently you hate it.
The first half of it is some of the best television I've ever seen.
Yes.
It's just I found at the end of it with Diamondback, I found myself not caring about the stakes.
And I think it attributes to what you were talking about earlier about how you care for these villains, or at least you have some sort of context with them.
You're
You
back
didn't
and
have
forth
any
on it.
context with Diamondback. The only context was like, oh, it's his brother. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Like, didn't really see that coming, but it's not really anything.
It's his brother. His brother who is the reason why Luke Cage was in jail.
Sure.
But they didn't
we don't
really-
see it. We don't know
Did
why.
they really even go into that?
They kind of mentioned it, but they didn't go into it.
We still don't even know what Luke Cage did. Like,
And
as like
it's
not
definitely
comic
different
book-
from the comics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely changed.
Because in the comics, Cottonmouth had super strength. He had this
But
vice.
in the
also-
comics,
Yeah.
Diamondback is the cause of Luke's wife.
We had
But
more
also
context.
in the
and
comics, we have
frames
seen,
Luke.
in the comics, we've seen more retcon of
which is
because let's face it, back then it was like, oh well, they were a thug that went
Yeah.
to jail, and we're changing some of that for the better. But
Sure.
I know we're focusing on them, but was not Simone Missick so good as Misty Knight?
Oh, she was wonderful. She was.
And
There were
so
some-
damn hot.
There
Oh,
were
yeah.
some parts that I was like,
Bro.
okay,
Bruh.
let's move on.
I liked her as Misty.
I thought
Knight.
she was great. Although there were times that
Also,
I
would
loved
give
how
her
they
one, too.
set up how she saw crime scenes.
yes.
That was awesome.
I was really curious if she is a meta of some sort because she can see crime scenes like that.
I think
No.
because
Nah.
she was seeing. Sometimes she would show her
She's just
seeing
that
things
good.
that weren't really happening. Like there were different versions of what she was like what she thought it looked like it played out.
The
And then they
woman
showed
looks
it
at one photo and then all of a sudden she's there. I think that's a pretty easy way to transition that she has some sort of power.
I think it would be better just to say she's just that good. But
she's
And
in,
I
she's,
agree-
she's
I agree
in
with you.
Defenders, by the way. I'm just gonna say that.
I
Yes.
agree with you, Jay. When she got shot in the arm, I was like, "Oh, she's losing the arm.
Well, because they mentioned it.
Oh, she's losing so
Just-
much blood."
oh,
Well, they
shit.
mentioned it. They were like, if you keep this in here for too long, you're gonna lose the arm. I'm like, well, if you're gonna
And even
say
later
it,
on, they kind of like, she's like, oh, is it still hurt? I'm like, oh, is it still hurt?
And they put her in the costume in the very end.
Man, when she walked in after everything happened, got to the hospital, and arm came up, I was like, God damn, she still got the arm.
But on top of all that, I just want to say, damn.
yeah.
Also, just let me throw a damn in there because
Damn.
I like how they started her off too, with Cage.
I'm an accountant. Yeah, okay, you're an accountant, all right.
Yeah.
And just
Auditor.
The whole
Auditor.
thing
Yeah.
with her and Scarf as well. God, I was liking Scarf.
I was too.
Yeah.
I was liking
Yeah,
that character.
I didn't know the character, so I did a lot of Wikipediaing during that show, and I knew what Scarf did and what was going to happen. Actually, it happened with Daredevil,
Turk.
but
And Turk showing
yeah,
up.
but then that whole thing.
But you know who my favorite auxiliary character was? Bobby. His boy down there, Pops.
Yeah.
Bobby was so full, man.
he hooked him up.
He bring in Dapper Dan. Oh boy, hold up.
Legendary Taylor in Harlem. I couldn't believe it. Like when there's this is Dapper Dan, I literally went, what? The whole story with the ring and everything. True
Yep.
stories of Harlem's history. That was a great touch as well.
The other thing I loved, now everyone here, I think knows, I'm not a big rap person,
Yeah.
but Method Man,
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
dude,
One of my
Wu-Tang
all-time-
Clan is one of my fucking groups.
Bruh, I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to watch Red and Meth every night that it was on. I was
Oh, yeah.
so depressed
Hell
when they
yeah.
canceled that show. Bruh, Meth and Meth, that's my dog, boy.
That-
How high? What up?
That rhyme he spit out. Oh, that was
Bruh,
dope.
go listen to the whole song, bruh.
Oh.
So dope.
I
So
tell you,
dope,
dude,
bruh.
dude, by the end of that song, I was online. What clothes is he wearing? It's Carhartt.
Yeah.
Go to
yeah.
the Carhartt website.
Dude,
they have
the
jacket.
logo everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah,
Carhartt.
and then someone on Etsy has the freaking the hoodies with the bullet holes, and I'm like, I ain't gonna go that
No,
far.
you shouldn't.
I ain't gonna go.
No.
there.
Not a good idea.
What is that?
Yeah. Man, but and see, that's another cool thing too is that they kind of touched on some social issues of today.
Oh, totally.
And
Yeah.
and it really like was impactful, and I think a lot of people I like the way they did it. And
Yeah.
I think that it really you got to see it from another point of view than from just the media side.
There were interviews done with Mike Coulter where he said that the whole hoodie thing is actually a tribute to Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, I figured that.
And basically to every other person after him who's just been shot for no reason.
Yeah.
Or, there may be a reason, but it's weak as hell,
Mm-hmm.
and the cops are just abusing their authority. But whatever. We're not going to go into that.
No. But can we go into the fact that they said the N-word enough times to where, like, Leonardo DiCaprio blushed? I mean,
Yeah.
No,
like,
this ain't Django
I
Unchained.
was
You know what?
really surprised. Like, it's great, and I'm glad they did it. But for a Marvel product, like, I was very
I'll give him
surprised by
For a
that.
Marvel product, that
And Disney, it's Disney.
But you know what? They made a real conscious effort to have even the villain, even Mariah, and they go, I don't like that word.
Yes.
You don't call me.
Yes.
And even and Luke Cage goes, that's not me.
Yeah.
They made a real conscious effort to really distinguish the differences in there. And I loved, like, I'm telling you, bro, the writing in this was so amazing and
Yes.
so well done.
Although it was so cheesy, and that's what made it so good,
Look,
was that certain times where you were just watching and you're like, wow, this is 70s style, you know?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Power Man Luke Cage came about from 70s blaxploitation stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, let's do a hero like this. A black guy in Harlem who's bulletproof and strong. Here we go.
When he puts on the yellow and
I'll
look dumb.
You look like a damn fool.
And there were times where it was like, with Black Mariah, you were just like ready for her to go down.
Yeah.
And it's like, lucky bitch.
Yeah.
You hated. Did you hate her even more every time she just slipped through?
Dude, at the
'Cause there were
very
times you
end,
were like,
I was like,
here we
she's
go.
done.
Here we go.
Yep.
And then and you were like, oh, that's perfect to me.
Well, I felt
She's like the Skeletor from He-Man. Just
honestly
getting away with every fucking thing.
That actress, though, every time I
kinda-
watch her, I always think she's drunk. Like, the way she, like, kind of, like, slurs her. Yeah, Alfred, yeah.
Yes, the famous gif of I'm done and getting up.
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for her. I was on her side because her kid got killed in Civil War,
my
and
God.
I felt bad.
Oh God, really?
Now that you bring up the whole thing with Black Mariah,
Damn it!
when I was watching
They did not
this thing, I'm
recap.
like,
Yeah.
she seemed like a very weak person to me. But Black Mariah was actually the main villain of that whole story.
Yep.
She was bigger than Cottonmouth, because Cottonmouth didn't want to do what he wanted to do. Mama Mabel forced him into that life.
I hate to use that name.
He knew how bad Mariah was. He knew she was a horrible person. And, of course, he found out the hard way.
Yeah.
We all kind of found out like when all that went down, I was just kind of like,
When
this bitch is crazy.
when they done shot up Pops and they go back, he goes, we'll give Pops some money. He can rebuild.
Yes.
And I was just like, he's gonna kill this guy.
Yeah.
And Ed Shade's just
What? Wow,
didn't make it.
Pops didn't make it.
and when Turk shows up,
that Turk just. I'm going back to Hell's Kitchen. Y'all motherfuckers
When he
crazy.
said Pops didn't make it, it's like, I told him to wait.
it's just like you knew. Well, he's about to die. It's like when Turk shows up. I'm glad you were here. I'm glad you're here. I want you to see me kill this.
Yeah. Go get your money from him.
And when Luke Cage stopped the guys in the diner, he beats all the guys. He's like, man, I didn't even like these guys. I'm going back to North Carolina.
Yeah. I did love how they were like, wait, I thought you went to North Carolina. I thought you went back south. Yeah, there was nothing for me. I'm here now. And then, like, at the end, he's just like, I won't be here no more. Why the hell am I still here? Why did I come back? Oh, man. Yeah, it's a great series. The next one is Iron Fist.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
17th. And it was made official, I believe, today that Punisher comes out next year too.
Yeah.
So we're getting 3 next year. So we'll probably get.
So that falls right in line with that Sunlink story. They
Yeah.
are ramping up production on this, and I couldn't be happier.
No.
spring, summer, and fall.
Every 3 months, give me a series. I will be just fine.
Because look, as much as I love that I can just sit down and watch all of these, like in a 13, 15 hour span,
we kind of blow our load.
when
quickly.
when it's over, I'm just like, well, what do I do?
See, here's the great thing.
What do I do?
I watch it with my wife. All right, so I first binge watch it because she doesn't like Broken Bones and stuff. So she's like, "Baby, go ahead and binge watch this. Let me know if there's any parts I need to close my eyes for." I'm like, "With pleasure." So I'll do that, and then afterward, I'll watch every episode very slowly with her later on, so I get to savor every moment.
Well, I think great
2
job.
days. 2 days. Got to get through it.
See, I was in the house. Y'all guys are all texting. I had no service, and I was in Colorado. I was like, "Thank God, good."
You're going to service Reno, so like, bing, bing.
Yeah,
I don't want to keep dragging this on. I know we're getting way over time.
Okay.
But listen to this. Theo Rossi, the guy who plays Shades. He wears sunglasses most of the series. He used Daredevil's Charlie Cox's acting as research since he could not use his eyes to act. Just like Charlie had to in memory. So he went to Charlie to learn how to do certain things.
That's interesting. I like that.
That's really cool.
That's awesome. Well, I actually do have a buddy of mine that said that he thinks that he's worried that Iron Fist is going to be the weakest out of all of them. Shout out to Izzy.
Please
So, what do you guys think? Out of every single one that we've seen, obviously we're pretty sure Punisher is going to be amazing. But out of every single one that you've seen,
Punisher better be a
do you
freaking
think
bloodbath.
do you think that it's going to be Iron Fist that's the weakest, or do you think we've already seen the weakest?
I think Jessica Jones.
We've already seen the weakest.
Which one?
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones?
Even though I liked it, if it was not for David Tennant,
Yeah.
I
And Mike
probably
Coulter.
would have been like, yeah, this show sucks.
Yeah.
Like, because that show, like I said, I liked it, but as the show was going on, I just kept waiting for Luke Cage or Purple Man to come back. Like, that's all I was waiting for. I was like, I don't look, Hellcat, you're hot. She's good. I like Jessica Jones, but I just don't care. Bring me back Purple Man.
Yeah, you cared about every other character, Nuke, Patsy, Luke Cage, Purple Man, other than Jessica Jones.
See, I
She
didn't
was
care
okay
about
in the
anyone
beginning,
except Purple Man and Luke
and at
Cage.
the end, that's about it.
But I think they figured out, maybe something they might have done a little wrong in there, and they'll probably. I think Iron Fist is going to be pretty dope. But, and I will say, I did not like the opening credits for Jessica Jones, and I didn't really like the opening credits for Luke Cage. But I think that's all because we're so spoiled with the Daredevil one.
Yeah.
Which is so
But I like the music for Luke
Here's-
Cage.
yeah, it was cool. music.
That was-
I like the
just-
symbolism of the city on his
This
back.
Yes.
wasn't
Yes.
iconic to me.
Here's something that I want to tell one of my friends a while ago, where there's like, everything goes back to, they watched the series and it's like, yeah, but I like Daredevil. Daredevil seems to be the litmus test for every freaking thing that comes out now.
I mean, that's human instinct. We're always going to
Well,
compare
this
it
was
to.
our first Netflix series that we saw that was gritty and everything. Yeah, there's still going to be the measures because they did so
no matter
well.
what happened, no matter who plays the Joker, we will still compare them to Heath Ledger.
Absolutely.
Until, because if we were going to compare Heath Ledger to Jack Nicholson, now we're going to compare everyone to Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. Until something is literally better than that first season of Daredevil, we will continue to compare it to that.
Come on, Punisher.
Jason, which one do you think is going to be the weakest?
I honestly don't want to rank them because they all entice me in different ways. Daredevil, I really like. This is a lawyer series as well. Mm-hmm. With Jessica Jones, this is a private eye series.
Sure.
With Luke, I kind of got my old school kind of Starsky and Hutch kind of fix, those type
Well,
of shows.
he's also kind of trying to rebuild Harlem and trying to help out the community.
With Iron Fist, my expectations
Community
are
outreach show.
my expectations for Iron Fist are a little bit higher going in because of don't skip me on the martial arts stuff and don't skip me on the dragons on his power. Don't skip me on the power of the Iron Fist.
They're bringing in a lot of mysticism with him.
Well, I mean, Doctor Strange has been introduced, so this is a perfect character to bring in as
Sure.
well. But I'm wondering at what point we're going to see Danny and Luke together. I kind of want it to happen during Iron Fist. Because they've got a good friendship, and if they don't touch on that in Iron Fist, I'm going to be very disappointed. I want to see somehow how those two cross over.
I don't know how they can bring him into
They need
Iron
to
Fist
hurry
with the
up
way
and
it
do it.
ended. With the way it ended in Luke Cage, I don't see how they can do it.
I felt the ending was, he's getting right out. They found the papers.
Yeah, something's going to happen, and, there's going to be some litigation. Or
Now,
whatever.
granted, there's probably going to be some jurisdiction and all that, and it may take a minute.
But
maybe
I don't think that's even going to be talked or touched on until
the very end.
Well, until Defenders.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I have a feeling it might happen some point at the end of
Iron Fist.
Iron
Because
Fist.
honestly, Defenders, I want them to start that up like they did Avengers. We know these characters; they're here. Let's throw them together now, okay?
That's why I'm saying you're Phil Coulson. That's who you got in
she
Rosario
knows some
Dawson.
people.
She knows people.
Do
She
we
was
have
already suggesting a good lawyer.
do we have any chat room comments or questions?
No, we're good.
No, we do not.
All right, guys. Well, that is it for us. Thank you so much. And if you haven't watched Luke Cage, why are you still watching this? Go watch Luke Cage. Come on.
Finish watching this.
So, guys,
If you haven't watched Luke Cage, we just spoiled.
we
everything.
spoiled
We
a lot.
spoiled a whole bunch of shit for you.
Follow us at SCNS Live. You can follow me at Move the Joystick. You can follow this guy at
RealJackassBC, RealJackassBC. There's a pinned tweet at the top of my profile. Go retweet that.
All right, Rob.
You can follow me at NTROPI1, Entropy1 on Twitter and Entropy on Instagram.
You can follow Jason the X at
Jason the X on Instagram and Twitter.
and you can follow Miss Cora at
You're not on camera.
I'm not on camera.
Nope.
Oh, I did that whole thing for nothing. You can follow me on Twitter at HawksPerch, or you can follow me on Instagram at Korodono. KORODONO.
Chris K.
At SCNS Live and at Chris Danger, or at Amazing Professor K, I think. I don't know.
All right.
I
And guys, don't forget
Wow.
to check out cinelinks.com for all your news, reviews, editorials, and more. We're bringing back the recap. That's right. So that'll be back up on the Cinelinks YouTube and on the SCNS Live YouTube page as well. So follow, like, subscribe to everything SCNS and Cinelinks related things. And get Loot Crate. Get Loot Crate and use our code SCNS Live.
Totally forgot to bring that up earlier.
We just did right
I know.
now.
Good job.
All right.
Also, there's a sale on our shirts and merchandise. If you go over, hit that link,
TeePublic.
TeePublic, and you can go to our Facebook page and hit the Shop Now button and get a t-shirt. They're awesome.
All right, well, guys, that's it for us. We will be back on and better than ever next week. And these two, us two, we got to go record Nerd Interference, so check that out.
Texas OU weekend.
Saturday
There's
mornings,
other
10
things.
I'll
Saturday
be
mornings,
so drunk.
10 a.m. Central.
That's right. And, guys, until then, keep on nerding. What's up?
Sweet Christmas.
Sweet Christmas.